and TI. It's up to us how we want that input. We're going to enter this as number of years until ith cash flow. That means PI, number of periods until ith cash flow. And that's going to be TI times F. Yes. Oh, sorry. When I made that horizontal, I must have lost the connectivity. Okay. So we're going to define two things, PVI present value of ith cash flow. That's going to be ith cash flow divided by 1 plus R. Remember, the little r is the period interest rate to the power PI. And present value of the cash flow set is simply for each value of I from 1 to n, add up the present values. That's one nice thing about present value. You can add them up. All right. So let's go back to our code. Not there, here. And let's write comment here that says this function calculates present value of a given set of cash flows where time until each cash flow is supplied in years in one column. In one, I'm going to put the column in quotation marks. It doesn't have to be column, it's just a range. And dollar amounts in another column. And interest rate, also known as discount rate, is given in APR convention. And frequency of compounding is also an input. I could have made that optional. I just chose not to. I've shown you how to make an argument optional before. Okay. So we're gonna need to figure out a few things. So let's see. And cash as, I'm gonna call this long, I'm going to use Ncash to represent the number of cash flows. Long means it could be any number from about -2 billion to +2 billion. Not that we would ever need it that much, but I'm going to define a variable called iCount. I'm going to use that as a counter. Let's see, what else? All right. If he needs more local variables, we'll define them later. Remember, you're building something to the extent possible should be, idiot-free, okay? Or idiot-proof. So if someone gives you an input where they give you 3 time periods but 5 cash flows, obviously that's an error, right? So you want to catch those. Let me do another one. Even though I don't technically need it, I kind of err on the side of being more clear. This range is a data type that is specific to Excel in VBA. It refers to a collection of cells, okay? It could be a column, it could be a row, it could even be a non-contiguous set of stuff. I don't want them non-contiguous, but I'm not going to worry about that now. Let's first get the number of items in that range. The first argument is time. Time range is a range object, and one of its members is count. This basically says how many items are there in that time range. And cache, same thing, cache range. So that tells me how many items are there in the range that represents the cash flows. If they are not equal, obviously, there's a mistake. So I'm going to say if n time is not equal to ncache, then, okay? I'm going to make this function take a value on purpose, 1/0. That way it's going to show as division by 0 as the error type. And I'm going to say exit function. So if indeed they are not the same, that's what's going to happen. Let's kind of try it as it is now. Let me put some arbitrary numbers here. And let's enter that function. It's user defined. Let me see, what did we call that function? That's present set cash. Okay. Right here. Okay. What? What arguments? Let me close this.